Hi, hello travelers. How have you been doing? Have you been traveling in your dream world? And what made you end up here? What got you here on this channel?
This is Fever Dreams 101.
I am so exhausted mentally and slightly physically because I went ahead and did a deep clean of this entire apartment. I couldn't settle for a basic tidying up. No. You know, when you get those ADHD zoomies, you have to see it to the end, right? You have to do the deep clean. You cannot be satisfied with the basic tidying up. So you need to plan. You need to get stressed out a little bit. Just when I was saying this, I just got a spider web in the balcony, which I must see to. I'm too exhausted for this. Okay, so yeah, you're not satisfied with the simple tidying up, right? You have to make a plan and you need cleaning supplies for no reason. You're making a shopping list for no reason. And you're getting carried away into expanding this shopping list into something bigger, into things that you don't even have at home right now. Then you come back, then you pull yourself back into doing what you're meant to do, tidying up with the supplies that you have, and with supplies you can order on Zepto or something. And then I start cleaning up. Now listen, this would have been easy. Okay, this would have been an easy tidy up. But this house, this apartment has been locked up for more than a year because I wasn't here. And I came back to dust. I came back to a haunted house, okay? And someone did help me clean up in the beginning. So thanks to her, she kind of tidied up a bit. And then I tidied up for a few days, okay? But I really didn't do that deep cleaning. And it has been like, 2 months from that date. And right now was when I got that zoomies and when I was totally invested. I'm grateful actually for that zoomies. If you have ADHD, you know that, you are going to be thankful for that sudden burst of energy and spark to do something, because that is when you actually get things done. A timetable will not usually work for us unless it's kind of fun. You try to make it fun, right? You might try to make activities fun, try to make routines fun. So I've been trying to do that, but I've never done this deep cleaning. So I had to do it. I had to get it over with. So here we are. I haven't had a proper meal in the past 3-4 days. I'm not even joking. I haven't had a proper meal. I've been surviving on bread, omelette, Indomie noodles, tea, and water. That's it. And my stomach was grumbling so many times, and I didn't even pay any heed and attention to it. I was like, no, let's focus on cleaning right now, okay? I'm going to unwind now with some cooking and crafting and reading some books and whatnot. So join me if you wish to, if you like to hang out. Guys, I'm trying to unwind here, right? This author has written something in this book, okay? I will read it out to you. That suddenly anchored me in a daze of sadness, okay? It feels like one of those reality checks that, a gut punch that is coming at you from nowhere and you're not expecting it. And I don't even know why I'm feeling this way. I feel like, it's just something you feel when you're older, I guess. I'll tell you what it says. It says, life grows sadder as we grow older, peppered with wrong turnings and regrets, weighed down by a creeping awareness of our own worthlessness. When ambition is thwarted and hope blunted, what is there left but to mourn our mistakes, and in Consuela's case, worse than a mistake, a betrayal? See, I want to say that, I have lived a life that requires this kind of emotion from me. Of course, I have had traumas in my life. I have had events in my life that has been sad. But you know what? Even when I was younger, right? When I was very young. And when I used to read books like this, it used to like touch that emotion. It used to somewhere touch that emotion. And I think that is a skill of the writer, of the author, right? Even if I had read this when I was like, 12, 13, or 14, I would still have the same reaction. There is another line in this book, okay? I will read that out too. I cannot find that page number, but the author was describing the relationship between Geoffrey, who's the main character here, Quirindo Geoffrey, and his wife. And it is strained. There is an underlying tension. There is an underlying annoyance, kind of hinting at they don't really like each other, but they're kind of adjusting and moving on with their life. I cannot imagine living in such a situation. Like it would be very suffocating for me. Like maybe there are things we haven't confronted yet, and that has turned into some level of dislike towards the other person, and also annoyance and irritation. And it's all in your daily life, every day to day life. And I cannot imagine living that life, but I know there are people out there who are like compromising a lot. Later in the book we realize what caused the underlying friction between these two, because it's not something simple. Okay, it's not something simple. It is because of the death of their child. But the gist of all this is Jeffrey made a wrong choice. I wouldn't say wrong, I think different choice. Okay, who are we to say wrong, right? He chose societal status and he made that decision instead of listening to his heart and his soul. And oftentimes we have to bear the weight or the load of our choices. So, whatever we choose, the life that we choose, we have to bear the weight of that, right? You make one choice and it kind of defines the rest of your life, because you are still making compromises and you are still maintaining that status, but it is nothing that feeds your soul and your heart. There was this momentary success, but afterwards everything went downhill for Jeffrey. He's trying to mend that, he's trying to change things right now, and good for him, I guess, or not. Read the book, you will know. In the past few days, I've been reading different authors. The other book that I'm reading is by Simon Beckett. I like the chemistry of death, so I chose another book of his. I think it is called In the Bones or something like that. And another author, which is, I think, I saw a YouTuber talk about the book she was reading. So I thought, okay, why not give it a shot? And it is called Outpost by Denby Perry, I guess. And I think it is smart, okay? So it is interesting to read three different styles of writing and three different genres, because it gives you different perspective. Even my mindset when I'm reading is changing, right? When Simon Beckett is writing about death, right, he is talking from a forensic anthropologist kind of perspective. So I become this forensic anthropologist and I am experiencing emotions just like him. And he's a bit detached when it comes to his cases, but yeah, he is getting attached to the cases as well. So I'm also experiencing that from a more science perspective to analyzing emotions in this guy's writing, right? And it is not like he's written something intense about this child dying. In fact, it was just a matter of fact, but it kind of hits you. It is weighing you down and it's kind of sad, okay? And I don't have the same reaction in the other book, because the protagonist, I think his name is David Hunter, I am also experiencing it just like him. Okay. The other one is total smut. So the main character in that book, she's a journalist and she gets into some kind of a mess with the mafia and she has to hide. So she goes to her friend's place for refuge, and her friend's boyfriend says it's not safe to stay here. You cannot take refuge here because this mafia is going to come and get you, and you're going to put everyone else also in trouble. So they plot a plan where she's going to be staying in the outpost in the woods with this other guy. See, the author has not refrained from describing the archetype of this man, right? Like big, like a titan, muscles, and good looking, and gray blue eyes, and all that. So very muscular, very tall, very good looking guy who I think is related to the friend's boyfriend in a way. I think so, I'm not sure. So she has to stay in the woods with this guy, and she knows that she's attracted to him. This guy is also attracted to her, but they're from different worlds. She's a city girl and he is more of a country guy. This is what I'm talking about. I'm reading a smut book where the emotions are raw and open, and the other one is about crime thriller, which is more analytical state of mind. And then there is this book that kind of makes you feel melancholic with the way they have written the story. And I'm not going to lie, there are some places where it gets boring, but I was in a mood to read it, so I read it. And this book has been lying around for a while, okay? Sometimes I pick books very mindlessly from a thrift store, and then I go and check, like what is the rating of this book. And if it is 4 and 4.5, I get very happy that, I intuitively picked a book that is really good. These are the kind of things that bring joy to me. I get so excited that I picked a good book, good rated book, and it was through my intuition. Good morning, guys. It is the next day. I feel so blessed and so content and so overwhelmed with emotions because I saw fireflies for the first time in Bangalore. 30 plus years of me living in Bangalore, and this is the first time I got to see fireflies in Bangalore. Can you imagine that? And you might think, why are you overreacting? They're just fireflies. I know some of you all get to see fireflies on a regular basis, perhaps, but there is also another reason why I am so overwhelmed with emotions. I had chosen fireflies as a sign for me, like from the universe, and it is quite rare, right? I wouldn't think I would see fireflies in Bangalore, and I don't really travel much to places where I get to see fireflies, and it is very limited. So I see this as a very major alignment. There is some major alignment that is happening in my life right now, and I do believe in all these things. I do believe in Carl Jung's psychology. I do believe in synchronicities. I do believe in signs, and there are no coincidences and all that. And this is truly something special for me. And that's why I felt the need to express this here. It's so beautiful, right? And the community I live in, it is truly nature integrated. It doesn't feel artificial at all. It just feels like, the landscape is like someone's home garden. They put so much care and love into it. So I can go out in the night and experience, like, I am in the middle of a forest or something, because I can hear the stream in the background. I can hear the birds. I can hear the night sounds, like, like probably owl and some birds and the crickets and all that. And to see fireflies, that was something else for me. And I feel blessed to experience this. And I had to say it here. Thanks for listening. Guys, I have something to show you. Potatoes. Okay? These are not ordinary potatoes. Matt Damon sent it to us from his moon garden. Isn't that sweet? Right? He sent it all the way from the moon to Bengaluru. We're gonna go make egg pulao and put these potatoes in our egg pulao and show Matt Damon that these potatoes have served its purpose. mission accomplished. Thank you, Matt Damon. Thank you if you're listening. Thank you. I know you didn't have much to share. You're trying to survive on the moon, but you still did send us potatoes. And that is the spirit of sharing, guys. That is the spirit, okay? If he wanted to, he would, guys. He would. So we have the ingredients ready. This is pudina and coriander paste with green chili as well. Then we have garlic, then we have ginger. These chilies are for a different recipe. I am frying some cauliflower, so I want them for that. So I've kept it here. I've already put the green chilies for the pulao in this. And we have 2 eggs, some onions, potato, Matt Damon's potato, the star of the show, tomatoes. Then for the masalas, we have red chili, coriander powder. This is a garam masala made at home. Then we have some spices here, 2 cloves, some cardamom, and what is this? Cinnamon. There is some pepper here. This is a little bit of Maggi masala. It's optional. You don't really have to use it. I just want to see how it turns out. And this is meat masala or chicken masala. This is also optional if you're a vegetarian. You need some curd as well. And yeah, let's start cooking. So the meal is ready, and I put 1 plate for my ancestors as well. I think they were cheering me on during this meal prep. So 1 for them, 1 for me, and bon appetit.
As the bed gets cold, my heart gets colder. I lose my soul, like my love for you. I stuck myself and out. I shut my mouth. Don't hold my thoughts. They make go on you, make go on you. And when I close my eyes, I still see your smile. And it breaks my heart that I'm not next to you anymore. Your lovely cries, those soft eyes, those glassy words, see right through your lies. breaks me about you then. As I go to bed, I hear a voice inside my head. Tells me, what if you do not wake up? Will you regret me about it then? As the bed gets cold, my heart gets colder. I lose my soul, like my love for you. I stuck myself and out, I shut my mouth. Don't hold my thoughts, they echo on you, echo on you. And when I close my eyes, I still see your smile. And